Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been private practice for 4 decades. I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters. By the way, welcome. This is a 5-minute video. I don't make videos any longer than 5 minutes. They're a bunch of yada 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 crap, and most people in this space are really salespeople. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Anyway, I've worked about 10,000 cases. I've been on every single major news station there is. A matter of fact, when IRS hired those new 80, or they're hiring those new 87,000 agents, I was on 5 news stations in the last 3 weeks. Anyway, I want to talk to you today about the offer and compromise. I used to teach the offer and compromise program at IRS. I used to accept them, deny them, and at my time at IRS, during my dispensation, I went to Atlanta and I teach revenue officers who were competent and qualified how to work an offer. So I am one of the foremost authorities for offers in the United States today. So anyway, by the way, the only marketing I do, if I'm available for consultations or expert representation if you want to get your offer accepted. Not all cases are offer and compromise cases. You got to be really qualified. But I want to tell you today not to file an offer and compromise unless you know the IRS National Standard Program. You are wasting your time filing an offer. IRS offers and compromises are usually rejected because of one or two reasons. The IRS puts a spotlight on your assets to make sure they're getting the true, reasonable value of your assets. Then IRS is putting another spotlight on your income and your expenses. Where the IRS gets you is they go ahead and have you put your actual expenses down, as though IRS is going to allow those, but they're not. IRS has a whole different catalog or idea what they think your expenses should be, and they fall under the National Standards Program. If you want to know what the IRS National Standards Program is, it is simply what IRS are going to allow you to take based on your current income. If you want to know what IRS is going to allow you, go ahead and click on your toolbar, IRS National Standards for Food and Clothing. When that's finished, IRS National Standards for Housing and Utilities. It'll go to a state page and you click on your county, and then you click on how many people you have in your family. Then there's an IRS National Standards for operations of a car and an IRS standard for vehicle ownership. IRS is going to allow you to only live on the amount of money they have in their national standards chart, which was put together by the Department of Labor and Fairness for everyone all over the United States. That's what the United States Bankruptcy Trustees allows, and that's what IRS is going to allow. So if you're going to go ahead and submit an offer and compromise, you need to know specifically what IRS is going to say your assets are worth. So your valuations on your assets should be correct, and you're going to have to know what the IRS national expenses are. Do not submit an offer and compromise because it may be rejected because you're falling out. And let me just tell you how this works. Let me explain something. Let's say you go ahead and you have $7,000 worth of expenses, monthly expenses you have. But the IRS National Standard Program says you're only allowed $5,000 a month. That means you have $2,000 a month left over. They take that $2,000 and they multiply that $2,000 by the life of the statute. So let's say you have 5 years left on your statute. That's a 60 factor. Okay, 5 years times 12 months is 60. If you have $2,000 left over on your financial statement at the end of the month, they're going to multiply that by 60. That's 5 years. That value of what you have left over at the end of the month is $120,000 to IRS over the life of 5 years. You have to know these IRS formulas before you submit an offer and compromise, or you will be ripped off. So many of these big firms will tell you, oh yeah, you're speaking to a salesperson. Oh, don't worry, we can get you offer through. They haven't worked or never put a name on an offer and compromise. Get a competent firm to represent you for offers and compromise. If you're not using us, you want to use your local accountant, whoever you use. Make sure they've had at least 100 offers and compromises accepted, or don't bother, you're wasting your time. If this information was helpful, please give me a subscription. YouTube values subscriptions. It kind of moves you up the ranks. You're welcome to leave me a comment. You want me to do a YouTube on something? Give me an idea. This came from someone's idea for me to do a YouTube. Anyway, give me a like, give me a comment. You're welcome. I'm available for representation. Thank you very much. Oh, my video went 5:30. Damn it.